Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into a massive headache for business owners across Calgary: commercial office cleaning quotes. Seriously, if you're trying to figure out if you're getting ripped off, or you're just staring at a mountain of janitorial quotes, wondering who's actually going to clean that mysterious office fridge, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's peel back the curtain and uncover how this pricing actually works.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the average cost revealed, then look at what actually changes the price. After that, we'll navigate the cheap quote trap, break down how to legally and safely lower your bill, and finally, look at what matters beyond the price tag.
So, let's kick things off with the exact question every single facility manager in Calgary is currently asking themselves. How much should weekly office cleaning actually cost? I mean, what's the magic number?
Well, here it is. The hard data reveals a very clear baseline. For standard weekly office cleaning here in Calgary, you're looking at between 10 and 20 cents per square foot, period. Locking that average into your brain right now gives you a rock-solid anchor when you're reviewing those bids.
Section 1. The average cost revealed, breaking down the numbers by office size.
And this brilliantly illustrates why that 10 to 20 cent average isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. Square footage completely changes the game here. You'll notice how giant spaces, anything over 5,000 square feet, drop way down to just 8 to 12 cents per foot. They're getting those massive efficiency discounts. But on the flip side, smaller, 1,000 square foot offices sit up at the higher 15 to 20 cent range. Why? Because the cleaning company still has to cover their minimum labor and travel costs just to get a crew out there.
Now, when you're paying that rate, here's what your standard weekly inclusions usually look like. We're talking vacuuming carpets, mopping floors, dealing with the trash, restroom sanitization, and yes, wiping down those kitchen counters that everyone magically spills coffee on. But here is an absolutely crucial takeaway for you. Always get a detailed scope of work in writing. Basic cleaning means vastly different things to different companies, so get it on paper.
Moving right along to Section 2, what changes the price? Let's look at the 5 major cost variables.
So if you imagine your total cleaning bill as a giant pie, these 5 slices dictate exactly how big it gets. Office size, like we just saw, is your primary driver. Then you've got cleaning frequency. Are they coming daily or weekly? Layout complexity is a huge, often overlooked factor. The specific types of services needed, say basic wiping versus medical-grade disinfection, definitely shifts the price. And finally, your after-hours requirements.
Let me elaborate a bit on that layout piece because it's fascinating. If you have a massive, open-concept tech office, cleaning crews can just breeze through with a vacuum. Super cheap to clean. But if your space is packed with dozens of private offices, multiple partitioned restrooms, segmented kitchens, and locked conference rooms, well, that's a complex layout. That means more doors to prop open, more tight corners to navigate, and way more labor time. Throw in a demand for overnight scheduling so your staff isn't disturbed, and your staffing and overtime costs shoot right up.
So, the crucial point here is understanding how this math is actually calculated on your final bill. Per square foot pricing is the absolute standard you'll encounter for recurring contracts. For example, if your complex layout lands you at 12 cents a foot and you've got 3,000 square feet, well, that's just $360 a week. It's clean, simple, transparent math.
While per square foot is the gold standard, you've got to be prepared for alternative models. Say you need a crazy, one-off post-construction cleanup or intense carpet extraction. Expect an hourly rate for that, usually hovering around $35 to $60 per cleaner per hour here in Calgary. On the flip side, some providers offer flat monthly contracts. These are an absolute dream if you want strict budgeting predictability, because they just bundle all your scheduled visits and supplies into one neat fixed monthly invoice.
Which brings us to a really important warning in Section 3, the cheap quote trap, and why the lowest bid is a very dangerous game.
Now, what's really interesting here is the direct contrast between what you think you're saving and the nightmare you might be buying. It is incredibly tempting to jump on the bottom dollar quote to stretch the budget. I get it. But look at what usually hides behind that dirt cheap price tag. Uninsured workers, incredibly rushed jobs, hidden fees, and sketchy subcontracted labor where you literally have no idea who has the keys to your building. Paying a fraction more upfront for a real professional provider buys you liability insurance, proper training, WCB coverage, and honestly, massive peace of mind.
In fact, industry experts hit the nail on the head right here. They warn, a low-cost provider may initially appear attractive but can create larger problems later. Poor cleaning quality, security concerns, employee complaints, and hidden fees. Honestly, if a quote seems way too good to be true, they are almost certainly cutting corners on liability insurance, or they're just not paying their folks a living wage. All right, Section 4, how to lower your bill. Let's talk smart strategies for savvy buyers. Let's move along and see how this builds a solid strategy to legally lower that bill. If you legitimately need to tighten the budget, try these 4 steps. First, just adjust your frequency. Focus your money on those high-traffic areas. Second, keep workspaces organized. Third, bundle services together, like window washing and carpet cleaning for a volume discount. And fourth, look into signing a long-term agreement. Providers love stability, so you can often negotiate much better rates without heavy penalties if you just commit.
I actually want to pause and highlight that second step for a second, because it's a real game changer. Organized offices literally save you money. Think about it. If a cleaner has to painstakingly navigate around 20 loose files, 3 dirty coffee mugs, and a mountain of mail just to wipe down a desk, you are footing the bill for that wasted labor time. Getting your internal team into the habit of decluttering their desks directly shrinks your cleaning invoice. It's really that simple.
Section 5, beyond the price tag, evaluating value and safety.
Listen, these right here are your absolute non-negotiables. Before you sign anything, any legitimate provider in Calgary simply must have these credentials. We're talking a valid City of Calgary business license, comprehensive liability insurance, and WCB coverage, because if a cleaner slips and falls in your lobby, you need to be protected. Beyond the legal stuff, check their training. Do they actually have WHMIS training for handling harsh chemicals? Infection control protocols? Are they running background checks on the folks roaming your office at 2 a.m.? This isn't just paperwork. This is how you protect your entire operation.
Another massive value add to hunt for is green cleaning practices. So many modern businesses are rightfully prioritizing environmental responsibility, and your cleaning crew absolutely should be too. Look for providers using Ecologo certified products, microfiber systems, and low-toxicity disinfectants. And hey, this isn't just about hugging trees. It actively improves your indoor air quality, which directly contributes to better employee wellness. Win-win, right? We really need to completely reframe how we view office cleaning. Stop thinking of it as a sunk operational cost. Professional cleaning is actually a vital investment in your business. When it's done right, it genuinely reduces workplace illness, which means way fewer sick days for your team. It boosts productivity because, let's be real, people just work better in a crisp, fresh environment. And practically speaking, proper maintenance literally extends the lifespan of your crazy expensive flooring and office furniture.
Section 6, final thoughts. Prioritizing long-term reliability. So, wrapping this explainer up, I'm going to leave you with this to ponder. While keeping that 10 to 20 cents a square foot benchmark in mind is super helpful, quality and compliance are what actually matter at the end of the day. When you look at your current or future janitorial contract, ask yourself this: are you actually paying for a properly sanitized, safely maintained office, or are you just buying the cheap illusion of one? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.